Be, do, have. A lot of people live in reverse. Have, do, be. If I have the money, then I am going to do this and then I'm going to be happy. If I have the health, then I'm going to go to the gym and then I'm going to be very ecstatic with my new physique, whatever it is. However, if you really think about it, how is that possible? How can you have the thing and then only start doing it? It doesn't make sense. It has to be the other way around. You have to already mentally be there. I'm gonna share with you what I exactly mean with that in a second. Then, when you really believe it in your mind, then you're gonna start acting like it. And then you are eventually going to have the result that you are looking for. One of the main things for me in this aspect was my fitness. For a really long time, I was trying to get in shape, talking about 8 years ago right now, and I was going to the gym, but not that often. I wasn't the guy that is fit. I wasn't a sick cunt, what Ziz would call it. And nothing would work, nothing would help, and I would go 2 times, maybe 1 time per week, and then I would skip. And even when I was there, I wasn't doing my utter best when I was in the gym. So Ziz finally solved this issue for me, because he was like, you're all a sick cunt if you want to be. You just have to realize it. So I had to realize it, and then I started believing that I am a sick cunt, which is like this guy that, works out, takes care of his health, etc., develops himself, etc. And when I really believed that I am this person, I really got into the identity of, okay, now it's unquestionable. I am a guy that works out, that is fit, looks good, etc. And when I was that guy mentally on the B level, I was automatically doing the things. My little brother, actually, he's here with me in Thailand at the moment, and it was 1 a.m. a couple of days ago. He didn't go to the gym, and he has this thing where he has to work out every single day, even though it's something small. He was getting really pissed off that he wasn't working out because it's so ingrained into his identity that he does it. That's B, the identity. So he ended up getting his suitcase and started freaking working out here on the balcony. Just got really creative in order to make it happen, because it's so integrated into his identity and he can't do anything else. So what I want you to realize with this is it has to become your identity. Being a closer has to become your identity. This cannot be like a side gig that you're doing and you're like, oh yeah, you know what? Because you're not gonna be really good at it with that mindset. You really have to become a closer. Like, this has to become your identity, or at least part of your identity. You are multifaceted. You are not just one thing. Okay, so one thing you are is a closer, and make it a big part of your identity. And then there's other parts of your identity as well. Maybe you identify yourself by your nationality, just saying, or by your last name. But make sure that closer is one of those identities. So what I want you to do down is go ahead and write down this identity that you want to have in the attached comment below. So you just click on it and then you can reply. And I want you to write down your identity. Just describe it. You are also allowed to attach a video. Okay, so you can speak it in a video. Whatever of the two you do, it's all good, but make sure you go ahead and do that task down below. When you are clear about this identity, you need to have it in front of you every single day. So on a piece of paper, or you take a screenshot and you make it your wallpaper. This is the person that you are. And you need to remind yourself constantly, this is who I am, this is who I am, this is who I am. Naturally, you're gonna start acting like that person. When you act like that person, eventually you are going to manifest it into the external world. I want you to see your mind as this projector. And the reality that you have, like your external life, is the projection on the wall. And the projection on the wall is always what is in the projector, and what the projector is spitting out, that is what you're gonna see on the wall. Okay, so if you put a USB stick with Pirates of the Caribbean movie into the projector, you're gonna see Pirates of the Caribbean in the projection on the wall. Okay, you're never gonna see Spider-Man 3. Makes sense? If you wanna see Spider-Man 3, you gotta change the USB. Okay, gotta put Spider-Man 3 on the USB. Okay, that's your mind, and then you're gonna see that projection on the wall. That's how it happens. Okay, so not the other way around. Hope you understand this. Now, another aspect of this entire thing is when you understand this, you're able to do identity framing on your closing calls. And what that exactly means is when you're speaking to a prospect on a call, and let's say the investment of the product that you're selling is 6,000 US dollars, and they are afraid of doing it. And then you can let them know, like, yeah, totally makes sense that you're afraid. I mean, after all, the person that you are right now, you know, you told me you're not really happy with the person that you are right now, right? Yeah, so you know, you told me about the person that you want to become, like this person that is very successful in business, is traveling the world, is happy in a relationship, taking care of his family. So I'm really curious, like, I want you to put yourself in the shoes of this person for a second. And I want you to imagine if you were that person right now, what would that person do right now, and how would that person feel about this $6,000 investment? After all, that person is earning $20,000 a month. That's your goal. How would that person feel about investing 6K into themselves right now? And that person will say, yeah, no, they wouldn't be afraid of doing it. Like, it would make total sense. But, you know, I don't have 6K available right now. Or maybe they do have 6K available, but they're like, yeah, but I am not that person at this moment of time. So, you know, I feel afraid because I'm not that person. And then you're like, exactly. So don't you agree with me that in order to become that person, you have to already start acting like that person now? Yeah. And then you can do so this is basically an identity frame. You're putting them in the person that they want to become already right now, and they're acting from the person that they want to become, if that makes sense, which is going to make them do the investment. So I hope that makes sense to you. Anyway, go there in the comments, put your optimal identity down there. If this is not clear to you, you won't ever be able to manifest it. You won't ever be able to get it because it's not clear to you where you are heading. It's just like navigating with Google Maps, right? When you are using Google Maps, you need multiple things. One of them is you need the destination, okay? But the other thing is you need to know where you are right now. So when you know the destination and when you know where you are right now, then Google Maps can draw out the path for you to get there. So if you don't have your location turned on in your phone, Google Maps doesn't know where you are, so it cannot get you to your location. It cannot map out the route. But if you don't put in the location, you aren't able to get there, right? So the identity which you want to have, this is the location, okay? It has to be very, 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 very clear what the location is where you are heading to. Cool? Go ahead, write down that identity/location down there, which means what you earn, what house you're living in, do you have a partner, yes or no, etc. Okay, cool. Go ahead, please do that down below, and I'm looking forward to seeing your answers.